Dad. I'm sick of superheroes. It's always the same old story. Do-gooders with powers saving the world.
Yeah! Sometimes it's good to be bad. And the baddest of the bunch are in LEGO DC Super Villians.
I have come for your world. Your defeat is inevitable. Who here dares resist?
LEGO is one of the most prolific gaming franchises, with titles based on a lot of popular movies. But LEGO DC Super Villains brings a whole new story, written in collaboration with DC Comics.
I generally find the LEGO games with unique stories tend to be the best ones. It's easier for that trademark LEGO humor to shine through without a movie plot getting in the way.
Hey, folks! You'd have to be living under a rock not to notice the new planet in the sky.
What's that now?
That's not to say the story here is the easiest to follow.
Oh, Rad, it's simple. Earth's heroes, the Justice League, have been kidnapped and replaced by their doppelgangers from Earth 3, a parallel universe. These evil versions call themselves the Justice Syndicate and are pretending to be heroes when they're really villains. It's up to Earth's actual villains to stop them from taking over the world.
Yes, but why are there like 8 different versions of every character? It's very confusing.
No, sometimes superheroes or villains just be like that.
He's not wrong. I mean, sometimes LEGO just be like that too. As always, there's a huge cast of characters to unlock and play as. And this time around, they've expanded on the customizable character feature of past games and integrated it into the actual storyline. You get a ton of control over how your character looks, even how your powers work.
Yeah, it is so detailed. You can change pretty much every part of yourself. But the customization menus are rather messy. It is pretty cool seeing your character in the cutscenes, especially if they're a little bit silly looking.
Who designed your costume?
This one doesn't say anything.
Your LEGO Mini-Me is a rookie supervillain with a surprising ability to absorb different superpowers.
We have our limits, Lex, apart from the walking power absorber here.
I wish your rookie villain was more important to the story, though. You kind of make them early on, and then they just hang out while the DC supervillains do things. And if you play co-op, which is one of the best parts of LEGO games, only one player gets to create a custom character. That feels unfair.
Yeah, you can make multiple custom characters, but only one seems to be involved in the story. It's cool that they refer to you as the rookie, avoiding names and genders so everyone can imagine themselves in the game. I really liked that. However, every once in a while, my character would let out a very manly grunt. Talk about ruining the illusion.
Yeah, you don't sound like that at all, Gem. Most of the time.
Oi.
While LEGO games are always stud-smashing fun, we have seen a few in the past that have shonky controls or glitches that force restarts. There is a little bit of that here, but I would say that DC Super Villains is on the better end of the scale.
Yeah, it also introduces some new game mechanics. For example, characters like the Joker can recruit minions to help climb things or pull down walls. And some characters also have powers that look exceptionally good. My personal favourite was Scarecrow with his spooky apparition. Each character plays a little differently, and you'll definitely find yourself developing favourites with abilities and movements that just flow for you.
You think I can't deal with this kind of thing? Well, you're right. I still don't have to be happy about it.
It's these little things that keep the game interesting.
Absolutely. But you do still notice the parts that feel less carefully designed. For example, I was really enjoying myself with boss fights on awesome sets that were dynamic and required a little bit of thinking without being frustrating. Perfection. Then, all of a sudden, there were a few fights in a row that were tedious and barren and just felt like lazy design.
Yeah, but fights that just pen you into a tiny, empty area feel like more of an excuse to try and cram in more DC character cameos. Not a good enough reason for me. And the co-op feels particularly messy. There's a lot of HUD information cluttering the screen, and the trademark sliding camera view is replaced with a standard static split screen. I found the messiness does improve a bit if you turn hints off, and you can always turn them back on if you get stuck.
There is, of course, free play, so you can go back and find every single collectible, and a huge hub world, like we've seen in the last few LEGO games. A ton of iconic DC locations are included, from Arkham to Metropolis, and even Apocalypse. The variety is great, with a lot of these areas feeling detailed and exciting, but there are still a few plonkers that feel like copy-pasted versions of other areas.
The LEGO game formula is getting pretty tired for me, and I feel like they always improve on some areas and then backslide on others, messing up those tiny details. I'm giving DC Super Villains 2.5 out of 5 rubber chickens.
It can be a slog at times, but when it gets good, it's really good. I do wish they would spend a bit more time polishing these games because they're still stacks of fun to play. I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5 rubber chickens. Do you want to go do some Google?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Ha!